What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing, man? Check it out without a doubt. Case, the P case, man. This is coming from my man, Paranormal Files, man. I really like this guy because he give me paranormal files. Give me a deep dive type of insight on what he's into, what he's filming and everything. And I think that his videos are very entertaining, man. Y'all go to his channel, check him out and everything. I'm gonna do some breaking down because, dude, the governments, man, I mean, it's like a eye awakening. It's like all the bad people are in the governments covering up stuff. You got to be in order to be for lack of a better word, a politician or any type of government person, you got to be able to keep secrets because there's no way in the world, man, all this stuff can be going on and people in the government want to fix things. They don't want to fix things. They just want to cover up things and make it look the way they want to. If that's the case, they wouldn't be saying stupid stuff to us about them drones, telling us the drone don't down, they harmless, but we don't know what they are. What? Well, how do you know they harmless? Which I think all outer space type stuff is harmless. I think they don't want to come to us because we so violent. You ever thought about it that way? But anyway, without any further ado, this is part 2. Without any further ado, this is part 2. I'm rhyming, baby. I'm rhyming. If you didn't see part 1, go check it out, man, while I drink my tea. No coffee today. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's just check this bad boy out. This was interesting what my man was saying.
As a body meant to protect the...
He was saying that he was actually offered in and he refused. And a lot of people are saying that if you offered to come in to their clique, I don't like using the word cult, even though that's what it is. And he said, nah, he decided not to do it. So let's check out what he's saying.
From and where it went, and continued to gain information. And through that, he gained the complete view of everything that was happening in the world. In his position, he said he had to serve and keep everyone happy, everyone in every group, including the terrorist organizations.
Whoa.
He later on stated that the secret services of countries were thought of as a body meant to protect the people, their country, etc. But in truth, he stated that these were the criminal organizations hiding behind a mask. But what did he mean by that? He was talking about the fact that these secret services are the ones financing and all. He saw and knew everything and how it related to everyone involved. He saw where the money was coming from and where it went, and continued to gain information. And through that, he gained the complete view of everything that was happening in the world. In his position, he said he had to serve and keep everyone happy, everyone in every group, including the terrorist organizations. He later on stated that the secret services of countries were thought of as a body meant to protect the people, their country, etc.
Yeah.
But in truth, he stated that these were the criminal organizations hiding behind a mask. But what did he mean by that?
Hiding behind the government.
The fact that these secret services are the ones financing and creating wars, much like the CIA-funded Iran-Contra scandal back in the 1980s. He was talking about the fact that these high-level organizations were the ones creating all the misery in the world. Secret services, he said, would stop at nothing. They needed nothing, but they also had their own flows of money. He said that they were trading in drugs and weapons, as well as in people, and that all that money had to go somewhere. Everything in this world has to be financed. He said that every government in the world was engaging in this activity, everywhere.
Every government in the world. That's why these governments and these people, at first they was real sneaky. You can hide a lot of stuff because there wasn't no internet, all these cell phones and selfie pictures and people like us doing these YouTube channels, leaking out stuff. The information moved very, very slow. Now that's moving fast and they don't care no more. Like the 9/11, they said a airplane, and I clearly understand how people are saying that no airplane hit the Pentagon. the Pentagon is rated as the #1 safest building protected in the world, and y'all allowed an airplane to hit it? What kind of protection y'all doing if it's the safest one? And so many people was there, and they are stating that, no, we saw an airplane come, but it went back up in the air. No airplane hit it. You got FBI agents on camera running around with pieces of the airplane in their hand, when everybody who's seen every movie know that you don't tamper with the crime scene. If it's a piece of airplane laying there, you put a tape around it so you can investigate. But nah, they running around with equipment in their hand. What? That looked fishy. It looked fishy by itself, man. So yeah. They're doing a lot of covering up, and they're making a lot of mistakes, and they don't even care.
As well as in people, and that all that money had to go somewhere. Everything in this world has to be financed. He said that every government in the world was engaging in this activity, everywhere, no matter how clean and high standing the country looked. He said the entire world as we know is only an illusion that we all collectively believe in. He went with all of it for a time, but then all of those horrible things began to eat at him. Bernard had seen the true horrors because of his complacency. In the interview, the host asked Bernard to tell her the worst thing he had seen, the tipping point that made him decide to speak out. In response, Bernard stated, "That was the beginning of the end. You get so deep in these..."
Hey guys, Uncle Mike here with big news. YouTube has changed my life, and now it's your turn. See, Uncle Mike was tired of being broke after every payday. So I decided to do something about it. So I invested over about $9,000 in YouTube courses and online coaching. Man, I was determined to change. But guess what? None of these systems gave me the one-on-one coaching that I needed. So I created my own YouTube course with the help that you need to make sure that you succeed. If you're ready to learn and you're not afraid to put in the work, you too can make a real change. Sign up now, and Uncle Mike will send you the 4 videos that got me started. 100% free. Click the word more below and look for our YouTube growth system. That's our course. Now, let's get back to this video.
You sign a lifetime contract, not with blood or anything, to never disclose the names of companies, organizations, or people. I think that's why I'm still alive. To put it carefully, most of these people followed a not very mainstream religion. So you have Catholics, Protestants, all sorts of religions. These people, most of them, were Luciferians. And then you can say, religion is a fairy tale. God doesn't exist, and none of that is real. Well, for these people, it is true and reality, and they serve something immaterial, what they call Lucifer. But then at some point, I was invited, which is why I'm telling you all this, to participate in sacrifices abroad. That was the breaking point. As he begins, Bernard can barely speak. He looks and sounds as if he's beginning to start sobbing, doing his best to hold himself together. As he holds back tears, his voice breaking, he states, "Children." The interviewer is taken aback, unable to believe it. She asks if he was truly invited to do such a thing, and he confirms yes, he was asked and he couldn't do it. Bernard had been asked to participate in child sacrifice to Satan, and that was his breaking point. Horrors such as this were described by the witnesses of the True case and by independent fact finders. It could be that what Bernard had been swept up in was a small part of the True ring all along. But Bernard had more to share. After regaining his composure, Bernard continues. He states that this hasn't only been going on for the past few years. He says that the practice of sacrificing children goes back thousands of years, and that after studying theology in the Bible, he found references to those practices occurring within the Israelites. Indeed, there are several references in the Judeo-Christian texts which mention this, specifically in Leviticus and 2 Kings. They discuss the sacrifice of infants and young children to a deity called Moloch by burning a child alive. Knowing these sacrifices happened made him believe in what these organizations were doing, because he realized there was more to life than meets the eye. If it was happening then, it could be happening now. Bernard said that in his studies of theology, he discovered a document that he believed made sense of what was happening in the world. But how could Bernard talk about all of this and get away with it? I would assume that he would have been... Ronald Bernard said he was allowed to leave, but it wasn't a pleasant goodbye. In his exit from the ring, he was subjected to torture to ensure that he never said anything about what he knew. He said that certain types of torture were inflicted to ensure his silence, almost as a method of mind control. Yet, Ronald Bernard revealed all of this and seemingly managed to get away with it. He got married and moved to the US, but clearly, someone didn't like what he had to say. In 2017, Bernard was 61 years old and had been living in Florida with his wife in the city of Sebring. At 1 p.m. on the 23rd of July, he decided to go for a walk in nature. But at 3:46 p.m., the Highland County Sheriff's Office received a call from Bernard, who was in a state of distress, telling the operator that he was lost. Bernard called the authorities several more times, saying that he was being followed and that he was in danger, with the calls finally ceasing at 6:13 p.m. Authorities pinged his cell phone, but it kept showing different locations. To respond to the emergency, police sent several search and rescue parties after him, including canines, four-wheelers, and a helicopter. Sadly, though, the rescue came too late. Bernard was found floating face down at 8:24 p.m. in a shallow stream of water. No cause of death was ever revealed. Some say Bernard was suffering from dementia, yet there were no prior signs of its development, and Bernard was considered healthy at the time of his death. It was clear that he knew too much, and someone didn't want him to reveal anything else. Ronald Bernard wasn't specifically talking about the Chateau scandal, but as a Dutch banker, he certainly had to have knowledge about it. Many claim that Ronald wasn't only talking about satanic bankers, but a much larger organization, one that's also been linked to the Chateau de Amerois. Many believe that Bernard was silenced for speaking out about the Illuminati. Because of the similarity in their rituals, and because the Illuminati is tied to hunting parties and the mass programming of the world through the elite, allegedly, Chateau de Amerois is thought to be one of the Illuminati's ritual grounds. One of their rituals is said to be known as Eyes Wide Shut, with a movie by the same name being created as a way to wake up the populace to its existence. Stanley Kubrick was the director of that celebrated film, and it was released shortly before his death, but not before the movie was altered, as some conspiracy theorists claim. Some theorists say that Eyes Wide Shut was a specific nod to the satanic practices of the Illuminati, almost like a warning from Kubrick. It's thought that Stanley tried to reveal what he knew of this dark ritual, but after 30 minutes of footage was removed by the studio and his strange death before its release, we may never know the truth. This ritual, besides sacrifice, is said to involve and is taped as potential blackmail to ensure it's kept a secret. The Illuminati is also said to practice a strange form of mind control that's meant to keep its members from telling the truth, eerily echoing what Ronald Bernard had to say in his interviews about being tortured during his exit to make him silent. These rumors were allegedly proven to be a reality after the Mark Dutroux scandal came to light and confirmed that evil roamed the halls of this Gothic structure. The Dutroux scandal also proved that these elites would go to great lengths to protect themselves, and the deaths of those 20 witnesses sealed the fate of the case. Similarly, Ronald Bernard faced a strange and suspicious demise, a seemingly healthy man who suddenly died after claiming he was being followed. Because of these murders, it's clear that this group, be it the Illuminati, Abraxas, or both, will take any measures to protect themselves and their evil cabal. As if to prove that this group has a much farther reach than just the streets of Belgium, people claim that George H.W. Bush was a member of this shadowy power structure. At the 1988 Republican National Convention, George H.W. Bush accepted the nomination for president. But while doing so, he referenced something odd. At the National Convention, then again at his inauguration speech, he references 1,000 points of light.
I've spoken of 1,000 points of light, of all the community organizations that are spread like stars throughout the nation doing good. We will work hand in hand, encouraging, sometimes leading, sometimes being led, rewarding. We will work on this in the White House, in the cabinet agencies. I will go to the people and the programs that are the brighter points of light, and I'll ask every member of my government to become involved. The old ideas are new again because they're not old. They are timeless. Duty, sacrifice, commitment, and a patriotism that finds its expression in taking part and pitching in.
Then again, later in another speech, he mentions it a second time.
I'm a man who sees life in terms of missions, missions defined, and missions completed. I will keep America moving forward for an endless, enduring dream and 1,000 points of light. This is my mission, and I will complete it.
He also created the Points of Light Foundation, an organization that aimed to promote non-governmental solutions to social issues. He later mentioned it again, stating, "I have spoken of 1,000 points of light, of all of the community organizations that are spread like stars throughout the nation doing good." Donald Trump even commented on the oddity of the 1,000 points of light phrase, saying, "Putting America first, we understand. 1,000 points of light, I never quite got that one. What the hell is that? Has anyone ever figured that one out?" It was put out by a Republican, wasn't it?
And by the way, you know, all the rhetoric you see here, the 1,000 points of light. What the hell was that, by the way? 1,000 points of light. What did that mean? Does anyone know? 1,000 points of light. I never quite got that one. I'm trying to say, what the hell is that? Has anyone ever figured that one out? And it was put out by a Republican, wasn't it?
But this is only one of the concerning references that Bush made. It seemed to Bush that the phrase New World Order was particularly important. In a later address, Bush stated the following: "We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
Out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge. A new era, freer from the threat of terror, stronger in the pursuit of justice, and more secure in the quest for peace. An era in which the nations of the world, east and west, north and south, can prosper and live in harmony. 100 generations have searched for this elusive path to peace, while 1,000 wars raged across the span of human endeavor. And today that new world is struggling to be born. We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. We have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders." What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law. Now we can see a new world coming into view, a world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order. In the words of Winston Churchill, a world order in which the principles of justice and fair play protect the weak against the strong.
That, of course, sounds like a good thing to most Americans. However, its true meaning could be something quite different and far more volatile. As for the 1,000 points of light, some researchers have seemed to decode the reference. It's been said that inside the Mothers of Darkness castle, the Chateau de Amerois, a special ceremony room exists that is reserved for the highest levels of the elite's rituals. In Fritz Springmeier's book, Bloodlines of the Illuminati, he cites the Chateau de Amerois as a place that he was told this happens at. According to him, the cathedral of the building allegedly hosts a large domed ceiling containing 1,000 points of light. Could these be the 1,000 points of light that Bush was referencing? And could his New World Order be a reference to the Illuminati and world domination? A man named Stephen Dolan's allegedly has insight. In regards to the references made by George H.W. Bush, Dolan said that he had spoken to a woman in Baltimore who claimed, then proved, to be Bush's campaign manager. She said that she was there the night Bush made the speech at the Republican National Convention. When she approached Bush after the speech, she said, "I want to be a part of that 1,000 points of light." In response, according to her, Bush grabbed her by the shoulder, his face becoming severe. He then told her, "I have no control over that." Could Bush have visited the chateau, this castle with its domed ceiling and 1,000 points of light? Could he, along with other members of his family, have gone there to help achieve their status? Some claim that Bush and his family have been involved in the Illuminati for many years, as 4 generations of the family have attended secret societies such as Yale Skull and Bones and Bohemian Grove. Some even claim that the Bush twins, Jenna and Barbara, were inducted as 2 of the witches of Chateau de Amerois. But the Bush family isn't the only high-status name involved. Other names are mentioned in these documents and books, such as the Rothschilds, the royal family of England, and members of the Bilderberg Group. Many of these names continue to pop up in Illuminati conspiracy theories across the world. And even more concerning, similar themes continue to appear. In Bohemian Grove, like we've talked about before, a mock human sacrifice is said to play out. And we've talked about Bohemian Grove before, you know what I'm saying here, and its connections to Freemasons and the Illuminati. But there are so many coincidences in this whole thing. One such coincidence was the fact that Marc Dutroux was not the only serial killer operating in the area of southern Belgium at the time of his arrest. Michael Fourniret was a French serial killer who confessed to the murder of 12 people, nearly all women and girls, ages ranging from 9 years old to 30. He, like Marc Dutroux, had murdered young girls. Some of the bodies of his victims have never been found, but Fourniret was known to operate in both France and Belgium from 1987 to 2003. a nearly identical time span to Dutroux. In fact, one of Fourniere's victims was thought to have been abducted by Dutroux instead, a 12-year-old girl named Elizabeth Brichet. But these weren't the only similarities. After a robbery turned murder, Fournier purchased the Chateau de Satau, where he buried 2 of his confirmed murder victims. This castle, only just on the other side of the Belgian border into France, lies only 30 minutes away from the Chateau de Amerois. We actually visited the Chateau de Satau. Let's take a look.
Alright guys, so I'm going to be wearing sunglasses in today's episode because, as you can see, I've developed an insanely terrible eye infection over the last day on the tail end of our trip here through England, France, and Belgium. Right now though, I'll walk down here. Let's see how much you can see from the public road.
Y'all better than me. I could not do that. No, I stay on the good side.
You can't even see the chateau from here. But behind me, this is the entrance to a property that was once owned by a man named Michel Fournier. I don't really know how to pronounce that last name, and I tried to Google Translate, but I don't have service. Essentially, he was a serial killer who was living at this house, this chateau. He was murdering children, torturing and murdering children inside of the house and in the area, and burying them on his property. He confessed to 12 murders. People suspect that he murdered a lot more people, but there's also a lot of rumors online that this chateau, this house, castle, mansion, is tied into the Dutroux network. Individuals that were kidnapping children, assaulting children, they got off on doing that, torturing them, and then disposing of them. I've seen a lot of links online between Dutroux and this place, and this is the Chateau de Satau. I was hoping we'd be able to get a shot of the place, but yeah, you can't even see it. It's like right down this road. But we're investigating chateaus in this chapter of this investigation. This place comes up a lot with different symbolism. The name, some people claim so too, almost represents Satan. If you're looking at the Pharaoh's alphabet, I forget the terminology for that. But yeah, this is some weird spooky shit. We're like way in the back roads right now in France, trying to get to the bottom of this story. It's disturbing shit because right now we're about 30 minutes away from the Chateau de Amerois, which is the main crown jewel of this portion of the video, and that's where all of these rituals are taking place. So I find it really hard to believe that in the same time period that Marc Dutroux, the infamous foul murderer, at the same time that he's in Belgium, in a town that's less than an hour from here, he's running this massive ring that's across Europe. I find it weird that there would be a serial killer operating. What is that?
Bird.
That there would be a serial killer operating 30 minutes from the castle where these rituals are supposedly taking place, where children are murdered. That was a fucking bike. It's a dude on a bike. And that there would be no connection. Definitely got horror movie vibes out here. I feel like this is like the French Texas Chainsaw Massacre area. Especially, I feel like you see those trees online. It's those types of trees where it's pitch black in the middle of them. I've never seen those in person.
Like no bark on them either. Freaky.
And my eyes killing me. Oh my god. This is the road that leads to the chateau. So this is obviously not a road we can take our rental car down. But look at that. How f***ing creepy are these woods?
Very. These are the kind of woods you'd find like monsters in.
Seriously.
Human and...
Those are the type of woods that you won't find Mike Cross in.
Yeah,
Uncle Mike won't be there.
Too.
Nope.
We heard like a f***ing scream come from the forest.
It literally sounded like a monster growl.
And we were both... we're like, what the f***? What was that? It literally was like...
Right?
But it's weird, it didn't sound like an animal. It sounded like, I don't know.
It sounded like a monster. Yeah. Like straight up, like some shit you'd hear in a horror film. So right now, we're about 35 minutes from the Mothers of Darkness castle, the Chateau de Amerois. And that place is the center point, pretty much any and every conspiracy. And yeah. 30 minutes away is the house of one of the most notorious serial killers of the same time period, who was also murdering children, which is supposedly what still happens at the Chateau de Amerois. I just think it's odd that they're not connected officially.
I can't get my
Well, there's
seating
more
right.
than a similarity in these cases. The fact is that two serial killers, both targeting women and young girls, operated at the same time in the same area and operated at two castles that were only 30 minutes apart from each other. In addition, numerous castles are mentioned in the Belgian X-Files on the Dutroux case. If it's more than an odd coincidence, how many castles today are used to bury the bodies of children subjected to pure horror? Was Forneray part of this horrific cult as well? And how many victims did he bring to its masters? Meanwhile, the Sauves, the people who supposedly own the Chateau de Amerois, are quiet on this entire subject. They don't feed into the rumors, nor do they dispel them. The Sauves continue to dodge questions, avoid the public eye, and hide their involvement in any occult activity. It would seem that a simple solution to these rumors would be to allow National Geographic inside of the castle, or at least publicly reveal pictures of the interior. Yet the family allows these rumors to continue, rumors that haunt the locals. The rumors are as dark as they could possibly be, with some even pointing to a so-called Satanic Triangle of sorts, connecting 3 castles in the area together, and stating that children who disappear from all over Europe end up there. The practice of sacrificing, and especially of sacrificing children, goes back thousands of years and is rooted in the history of numerous cultures. But why allow such rumors to continue to breathe life? Could it be that the family finds these rumors so laughable that they refuse to even acknowledge them? Clearly, someone did, as 20 of the Dutroux witnesses, and Ronald Bernard, paid the price for trying to speak out. Regina Louf, the most famous witness of the Dutroux case, believes she's only alive because she knows so much. She believes that if she were to be silenced for what she said, it would mean that all of her words had merit and that people would have to believe her. Instead, she was painted as a lunatic by the media, but many still believe her stories, including me. The stories of her accounts, as well as the accounts of many satanic ritual victims, all match up. Around the world, other alleged satanic rings are rife with witnesses who say they attended rituals where children were sacrificed and where mind control through ritual and torture was commonplace. Human hunting has also been well documented, even in media, with the series Thieves of the Wood depicting the aristocracy hunting and murdering the peasants they rule over. Strangely enough, the series is Belgian, set in 18th century Flanders. Could it be another nod at the Illuminati, brazenly carrying out evil and unspeakable acts on those they view as peasants? The name even causes one to wonder. Could the Thieves of the Wood be the child kidnappers prowling Europe and hiding their victims in the Ardennes? Signs and symbols of these horrific practices are everywhere, yet the information has been suppressed time and time again. Whether through cover-ups, suppression of evidence, scrubbing it from the internet, or murder of witnesses, the world's elite have done their best to make sure no one knows anything about the evil magic practiced behind the walls of Chateau de Amerois. In 2013, a Russian blog called Zamki Mira uploaded pictures of the property of Chateau de Amerois. The blog talked about having watched movies like Eyes Wide Shut and afterwards wanting to visit one of the most scandalous places in Europe. They acknowledge the rumors of the castle, but state that Dutroux merely benefited from the country's existing corruption and incompetence. They decided to go to the castle themselves to see if the rumors were true. All they wanted to do was look at the fence, so they claimed, but when they arrived, though there were no trespassing signs, they discovered that the gate was open. Heading into the castle is a checkpoint, and when they saw the gate was open, they simply went inside. According to them, they saw no state-of-the-art security system, no barbed wire, no tripwires, or anything like that. They wandered the property freely, even taking pictures of horses and donkeys in pastures. Approaching the castle itself, they said they encountered 2 children driving toy cars. They were 2 girls around the age of 6. The girls followed the visitors to the entrance and ran to a tall middle-aged man and told him they had guests. The man looked horrified that strangers had wandered onto his property. The blog states that this is because since the rumors went public, people have been arriving at the chateau and offering to sell their souls to the devil. However, according to them, everything seemed normal about the place, and the tourists left as freely as they entered, even posting their photos online for all to see. The castle had seemed uninhabited to the tourists on their approach, peaceful and picturesque. The only oddity about the post is that no name is ever mentioned, nor is a picture of anyone's face clearly posted. There are no pictures of the children or the man they met. They don't even mention if the adult was a Sauve, nor if the 2 girls were their children. Regina Louf stated something in her interview with Panorama that strikes as all the more heartbreaking. Part of her training was to make everything appear as if it was normal. She would go to school with the mask of an average girl on. Then when she went home, she would take it off and become the victim of a horrible cult. She was well trained, she said, never giving the idea that anything was abnormal. All had to appear calm on the surface so that the darkness could boil beneath. Children go missing every day. It's a horrific truth of our world and the greatest fear of every parent alive. Most people don't want to consider what happens to the innocents among us who vanish without a trace. But someone knows, especially the ones behind it. How could rumors of things as dark as child sacrifice have merely come from a family who valued their privacy? And how could stories upon stories mount of a coven of satanic witches unless someone somewhere saw it for themselves? The Chateau d'Amerois is a den of darkness, surrounded by secrets and horrors. A captivating enigma, it earns this reputation for all the wrong reasons. The theories and beliefs of the castle and its inhabitants may sound too terrible to be true, but if history is any teacher, these nightmarish events could be occurring behind the building's powerful walls. Worse, hunters of children could be wandering its woods, taking part in the most sickening entertainment imaginable. Thoughts continue to drift back to the cult of Abraxas and their high priestess requesting children for a specific ritual. Thoughts then drift to the police who counted themselves among their ranks. Then they wander to the mine complex. And there's just so much more. So what other secrets does the Chateau d'Amerois hold? But now, we couldn't end this without a visit ourselves to the Chateau d'Amerois. So let's cut to August 2024, when Connor and I entered the country of Belgium to go visit the Mothers of Darkness castle to try to track down the source of these conspiracies and look evil straight in the eyes.
Belgium in 2024, baby, August.
So right now we are driving to the Chateau d'Amerois, and yeah, we're way out in the middle. We just crossed over into Belgium, so we're out in the middle of nowhere in the Belgian countryside. And yeah, it's a little intimidating. I don't really know what we're about to roll up on, how much we're about to be able to see, what it's gonna be like out there. This place is absolutely as notorious as they come. Yeah, I think that I don't know, definitely some anxiety in the air as we try to expose these creeps. This is a place a lot of people, I can guarantee, haven't heard of. I'm gonna just go out and guess 99% of you watching this video have never heard of the Chateau d'Amerois. But yeah, I want to raise awareness so that people do know what it is and they understand the very dark possibilities of what may be happening inside its walls. But yeah, we're 3 minutes away.
How can you hurt children and call that a religion? How can you hurt anybody and call that a religion?
This place under fucking lock and key now.
We can come over here later.
What do you mean later?
I thought we were coming out here at night.
No.
That's why I was kind of sketched out about it.
I wouldn't come out here at night, bro. I'm not trying to get murdered. You kidding me? So, you want to show, can you see this? So we're right here. The chateau is right over here in this area to our left. And every single person that I saw post about the chateau, they had like footage of them right up at the gates. And I didn't realize that they must have changed something. The security here is fucking bananas. I mean, dude, this is actually crazy. Look at how thick this forest is here. You cannot see through. Yeah, so like whatever the fuck is even behind this, I don't even know. I was hoping to catch a glimpse of the castle to be able to like explore this area.
Damn, that shit looks creepier.
I'm trying to look through the
yeah, but if
trees.
If the legends of film that,
It's all in French. No access.
if the allegations of human hunting parties that happen here are true, that would mean that it would be most likely in this forest area where those kids are being hunted and murdered. But I gotta say, this is a fucking creepy ass road, man. This really is unbelievably isolated. And like, I wonder if they got, see this whole property is fenced, barbed wire on top.
Tripwires.
Yeah, there's apparently tripwires out here. And then all these structures. To me, these look like hunting. I don't know what they are. I guess I'll turn around.
I think they have tags on them.
What?
There's tags on them.
Oh yeah, it's got animals on it. So it is hunting. I'm gonna turn around at the next turnaround. Oh my god, I can barely open my eye.
Can't see it.
Oh, look at the fence.
If you can see up there, private property. Do you see anything down that road?
Just trees.
So this is all the Chateau de Amerois property right here. Every single access point to this place is heavily, I wouldn't say heavily guarded, because, I mean, really, if you were dedicated, you could get in there pretty easily, I would say. But I wonder why no one's ever done that.
Because nobody's dedicated to get murdered by the
Or maybe nobody survived to tell the tale. It is crazy, though. Like, for just some random old f***ing Belgian castle that apparently nothing's ever happened for it. Yeah, happened at in the middle of nowhere. You can't even f***ing see the castle. It's like kind of insane how there's like literally no place to even look at the damn castle.
I mean, pretty much all the other chateaus all over Europe. I mean, they're very, I mean, it's like a tourist thing that people do. And people are really open about it. People want you to come see the beauty of these places. But this one's, for some reason, very blocked off from society. No pictures. I mean, even like big news channels have reached out trying to look inside the place and they get turned down.
You know what it really reminds me of? Last month we were at Bohemian Grove. This reminds me a fucking lot of Bohemian Grove. Mm-hmm. Like all the security just deep in the woods. But we're gonna find a place to pull over so we can do some paranormal investigating. We are not gonna break in or try to break the law here.
Yeah.
We value our lives and our safety, but we're gonna get about as close as you can get to conduct a paranormal investigation. Now, something else interesting that I just noticed just driving back along the way, look at this side of the woods. Look at how you can see the sunlight through there. You can see the sky. It's not nearly as dense. And then literally right across the road, it's so thick you can't even see the sky. That has to be intentional, wouldn't you think? Like, what the f***'s up with that? Like, even right here. This is completely, you can see through all this. And this, it's so tall and so thick, you literally cannot see 10 feet into the woods right there. I mean, that's just wild to me.
The cameraman should be showing the other side by now.
You know, something people say is they hear music out here.
Really?
Yeah, from the rituals and shit. Usually it's at night. But Connor just said he thought he heard music and we turned the car off. Should we grab our shit?
There you go. You put a lens on. Filter.
It's like singing bowls.
Yeah, it's coming from, it sounds like it's coming from
Oh, that's crazy, yeah.
which is the Chateau.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Is someone coming up here? I don't know what it is. Chateau is
Rich.
Preach.
Reach.
The Chateau is right over there. And this thing said friends already. Turn around.
See you later. I'm
All
out
right.
of here.
To anybody here, any spirits, especially that of children, broken glass.
I'm a friend.
Yo!
Uncle.
Uncle, I'm a friend. Friends? To any spirits, especially that of children who may have been murdered here or at the Chateau d'Amerois, can you please come and speak with us and tell us who you are?
Creed?
Creed.
Creed?
Or, I mean, like,
A creed
they
from
made a creed.
from a secret society.
Orwell.
I just asked who it is.
George Orwell?
Is your name Orwell?
You got a B on you.
Where? Where?
Foot away.
Age 10.
Mick.
Mick.
Is your name Mick? Or Michael? I'm getting like weird pressure in my ears.
Desegregated.
Desegregated?
Snippet?
So is this a 10-year-old kid named Orwell? Keeps sounding like there's fucking movement in this shit.
Yes.
It is a 10-year-old kid named Orwell?
Were you murdered here?
Amygdaloid?
Man, they making me scared, man. I think that's a long road to
Someone's
have.
coming. Just keep rolling.
Betsy.
Huh?
Betsy. An amygdaloid. You know what that is?
Make sure you
shit.
film if there is something. Morgue.
Morgue?
Morgue.
GNP?
I want to set our stuff right here. Amygdaloid GNP.
I want to know what the an amygdaloid is.
We've heard so many things about this place, Orwell. Or Mick.
What the fuck is that noise?
That sounds like an airplane.
No. What's that like ringing noise?
I don't know. Patrimony? Can you tell us about some of the things that happened at the Chateau d'Amerois? Are they bad things that are happening, Orwell? Do you remember what was happening?
Disowned.
Disowned, cybernetic?
Patricia.
Patricia.
Shooting.
Were you disowned from your family?
Shootings, what happens? The hunting parties?
I'm thinking like maybe they're like orphans or something.
Yeah. No, there's a video of a woman who, there's a video of a woman. Shaw. Patricia Shaw. Patricia Shaw.
Patricia.
There's a video of a woman who used to, I think she lived in here or she had some association. She remembered poor kids coming around Christmas time. Are there kids that have visited this chateau and they've never left?
Sick room.
Sick room?
Gainer.
Gainer?
Watch yourself here.
I'm out of there, cuz. I will be out of there.
Where are those noises coming from?
Turn around and watch yourself here.
Online.
Weird noises.
Brant?
It's not for me.
That's like some of the most ominous sounds I've ever heard in my life.
And there's someone driving around on the property right here. You can f***ing hear like...
Sound like dogs barking.
You.
Wait. You wart embarked?
You embarked? Can you
Adlerian?
can you tell us what happens in these woods around the chateau?
Humanitarian?
It sounds like trees getting knocked over.
Violet.
Humanitarian violet. Do any of you guys remember a guy named Mark DeTrue coming here? Carrara?
All souls.
It was a good amount of time ago that happened. Do you remember him? You hear like a chainsaw now?
Yeah. We're here investigating the monster of Belgium, Mark DeTrue. Victims have testified that they were brought here to this castle, the Chateau d'Amerois.
Auntie.
So this is really weird. I don't know if you caught this during the interview earlier with the woman who said she had been inside of the chateau, but she referred to the person who she knew at the chateau as her auntie.
The family Solvay had the castle. I called Thérèse Solvay. I called my auntie.
I mean, it's very bizarre that we got the word auntie and I didn't make that connection until just now. I don't know if that is common terminology in Belgium or France, but considering the power dynamics of the adults that were bringing children to chateaus or castles like this, and the fact that someone who had been inside of the castle said that word on camera, like she called the person who lived there her auntie, I don't know, it's really, really strange. I couldn't just let that slide.
Very scared.
Despicable, very scared. To participate in rituals. Despicable. So are they scared to talk about the despicable things? Rodent none?
I mean, they were probably told not to talk about it. And if they did, something bad would happen.
If you're talking to us,
I'm cold.
I'm sorry to hear that. Could you tell us anything you know about the castle? You don't need to be scared.
Indelicately.
We're not going to hurt you. We're trying to help you.
Abigail.
We were getting Abigail the other night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With Nico.
With Nico.
Bell Tower.
I mean...
Wait. Jail? Do you mean jail like people were kept here and held hostage and tortured? Surgery. Were you mutilated in here? Did they perform surgery on dead bodies?
Sculptural surgery.
Sculptural.
Fresh.
Fresh.
Sculptural. All the deities.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh grave? I didn't do it. What the f? Fresh grave, I didn't do it.
Animate. I'm thinking like, I mean, like sculptural surgery. Are they doing shit with body parts and shit?
Stacy.
Are they doing shit with body parts out here?
Was there any organ harvesting? Or
He killed.
Did Dutro kill? Exile.
who killed? Can you tell us who the killer is? Victor? What the f?
Stay and talk.
I wonder if we went back and looked at anything about this property. If there's any
Victor?
Stranded.
Stranded. Welcome. Meet.
I really hope this microphone's cut.
It will. What the f is that? So they wanted your meat. They performed surgery on bodies. Victor was the one who killed. Who else was here? Who else attended these parties
I
at the...
don't know.
Barber?
Barber? There was a barber here? Can you tell us, maybe you don't know the names of the people because you were so young or it was dark? Were they wearing masks or something like that? Withered masks?
We're withered men.
I've heard from a lot of people that Mark Dutroux supplied children here to be used in rituals and murders. Is that true?
TypeScript.
Is that true?
What is that noise?
Were there kids brought here to be supplied for use in murders and rituals?
Bellman. What was the name of the guy who was the Bad Secrets? The serial killer at the last chateau.
Textbooks.
TypeScript textbooks, bad secrets.
What was the serial killer from the last chateau?
Michelle Fortenay, I think.
Did Michelle Fortenay ever visit the chateau? Inkling. You have an inkling you did?
Fast.
I thought I just heard a man's voice.
Fast and promptly? Fast and promptly. What should we do fast and promptly?
Get out of there.
We do want to...
Hothouse? Want to know the truth? Bad secrets?
I do want to know the truth. Can you tell us?
He insists. Victor? Or Mark? Schoolgirl? Are you saying that he insisted on having a schoolgirl and that's why this ring was running? They were supplying them? Maybe you needed it, or he needed it, Victor needed it for a ritual?
Birds out here make some creepy noises, dude.
I don't with it. Slum.
Sliced.
Sliced.
Slum sliced.
Mm.
So that's
Bus.
bus, schoolgirl bus, slum sliced. So Victor insisted on having schoolgirls brought here that he could slice Is that true? What was the point of that?
Came on a bus.
Please tell. Haney? Can you tell us what that meant?
Tapping.
Happening?
Can you please be more descriptive about what they were doing that for? All the owls around here. Man, there's a f***ing weird vibe around this place.
Ever since we stepped out, I got like terrible ringing in my ear.
Compassion.
Bad things happened.
Bad things happened.
That's so crazy. I'm asking, what did they do all that for? Bad thing. Were they trying to summon something, or were they worshiping Lucifer? Pardon. Reach.
It's funny, pardon isn't that a French word?
Incorrect. Bottom.
Bottom general? That's one of the things in the ring.
Bottom general?
Military ranking officials.
Were there military men involved in these crimes? Throats?
Sliced throats? Sliced throats gallon. Throats gallon. Did they collect blood here? I've heard that that's one of the types of rituals, that they collected blood, especially the blood of children. Can you tell me yes or no? Did they collect blood out here, the blood of children?
Abandon hope.
Yes.
Abandon hope. Ooh.
Doing shit like this, like, I don't know. Richard II?
Richard II. Who the hell's that? I don't know. Sapphire.
What I'm saying, I don't know if it conveys it stable
They do have stables here.
over the camera as much as it does of what we feel when we're doing these videos. I mean, terrible things happening,
Stay away.
and it's just like you can feel it in your body, you can feel it in your head.
Yeah, this area feels evil. Are they still meeting here to murder children, collect their blood, assault them?
To knock on a tree.
Sexy? Is that true?
Enjoy the company.
Are they still bringing children out here to be I just watched a video about a ring that they're involved in called the octagon and the hexagonal.
Evil.
Chest.
Hexagonal evil chest.
Are the hunting parties true? Do they hunt people out here?
Proof.
Not likely.
Proof not likely. What? Well, we're asking you because you can give us the proof we need.
What do you want us to know about what happens out here? Feather brain?
What the
Nightmares. Nightmares happen out here.
All right, we're gonna use a different way to try and talk to you. Is that okay?
Billet?
Oh, that's a French word.
Billet?
That's I think like a bill in France. That's a French word. We're in Belgium and they speak primarily French. Accustomed, punctual. All right, let's do an Estes method.
You want to do DR60?
Yeah.
We've been here for almost an hour and only one car has passed.
Yeah, I don't think many people come down this road. Huh. Wonder why.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it just says hell.
Soda can.
Let's do a DR60. To whoever's here with us that we've been speaking to, can you tell me your name, please? Just say it. I might be picking up these bugs.
Whoever's here with us that we've been speaking to, can you tell me your name, please? Just say it.
No, it was picking up. Okay, I'm really sorry I didn't listen hard enough. Can you tell me your name again, please?
Why did they walk away from the car? That's not safe to
Can
me.
you tell us? Have people been murdered on this property?
Do you know the name Mark Detrue?
Do human hunting parties happen out here?
How about human sacrifices and rituals? Do those happen?
Why are people being killed out here?
Good question.
Is there something we can do for you? I can't tell if that's a chainsaw or a motorbike.
Chains.
Film that way. There's a chainsaw coming from the chateau. This. Right here.
Okay, I'm really sorry I didn't listen hard enough. Can you tell me your name again, please? Can you tell us? Have people been murdered on this property? Do you know the name Mark Detrue?
You're not picking up your voice.
Do human hunting parties happen out here?
You gotta get me one of those.
Human sacrifices and rituals, do those happen?
I heard sacrifices.
Why are people being killed out here? for you.
Look at my eye. Dude, my eye's so up. You look like shit. I really feel like shit. But, oh my god, those voices. What the hell was that?
I have no clue.
Here comes somebody right now.
That same car coming back. Y'all better get close to y'all car.
Should we see what they do?
It might be rain.
No. Maybe someone that doesn't want us to know what they're doing out here.
Okay, that's a different car.
That didn't stop like Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, the Bohemians stopped.
I want to see the drone.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the Estes first, and then right before we leave, we're gonna do the drone, just in case.
Let's get to it.
All right. God, it looks ominous.
Quota Martha.
Scared the mess out of me, man.
Look at the statue monthly behind
Woo!
you on here, and then
Oh
what did it
boy.
say?
Saliva, I don't want. Quota, Martha, coefficient, boostrophodon.
Strophodon.
He jumped.
He jumped. Oh, it's eerie. We just left those running in the back of the car. We are gonna do an Estes method sitting right here. Like I said, the chateau is right through there. The hunting parties would have happened all throughout here. This is just like a place where so much could have happened that we just don't know about. But Connor's gonna go under because I honestly am the one that was pushing for this video. I've researched the Detrue case extensively, the Chateau. I've done tons of research, and Connor's kind of like, he doesn't really know much about this case. So for this Estes, it'll make things more valid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm kind of dumb.
Yeah, I never said that.
Alright. And we're not wearing the eye mask again, just because we don't want to make something serious like this corny. So I'm just going to have my eyes closed and be looking down.
Yeah, you won't see me.
Go away.
That's great.
We like to be left alone.
Go away, we like to be left alone. All right, to start this off,
Hello, Steven.
my name isn't Steven, it's Colin.
It's raining.
I'm sure. Go up.
Go up? Leather. Go up, info.
Call the doctor.
It's starting to rain. "50 years ago, static." Right when I paused that, it said cross the road. You know what's across the road?
Chateau.
It's pretty wild, man. Oh my god. Yeah, let's get inside the car.
Hey everybody, it's Colin here. Thank you for watching today's video. Hello to all the new subscribers and hello to the rest of our beautiful, wonderful, spooky family. As you know, every single week here on the channel, we give away a free gift bag to one lucky viewer of the show. And this week, to enter the contest, all you have to do is like today's video, let's smash that like button, and comment pure evil in the comment section below. I'm going to give y'all 10 seconds to do this now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So go comment. You can comment multiple times. It helps the video so much. But anyways, let's get back to today's video. Thank you for listening to my little spiel. I love you guys so much, and stay spooky. Bird.
Well, we got a bunch of things. Berlin, 50 years ago. Headache, left me, burned. Tap, it happened here.
Alright, should we start?
Yeah, so as you guys can see, it's like it just started raining like a lot right here.
Too long.
Too long, taking too long to start. But look at that. So we're gonna do this in the car. All right, man.
You good?
Go under. So right now, in line.
Talk to Jenny.
Right now, I want to talk to anybody who has been inside of the castle or Chateau.
Hear us.
The Amerois. Have any of you been
Major.
in there? A major? Are you saying somebody in the army was in there with you?
He hit him.
He hit him.
The doors are open.
The doors to the chateau right now? Is that what you're saying?
The war.
Major war. This device just died. Can you tell me more about this
What are
general?
the lights?
Can you tell me more about this general military man that was here?
Back home.
He went back home after everything and just went back to his normal life?
In a state.
He went back home in a state? What do you mean? Jesus Christ.
Probably.
That's the second sign.
So,
Nope.
did this military major participate in the rituals here?
Construction.
He participated in the construction of these rituals?
Sounds like.
What about other people who were there at these parties where children were abused and murdered?
Englishman.
Comedy.
Englishman? Comedy?
Nicholas.
Englishman comedy. Jimmy Savile has ties to the British royal family who have their own ties to the Chateau d'Amerois.
Men from Brussels.
Men from Brussels came, an English comedian, several years. Are you saying that these people came several times?
Oh,
What about
behind you.
What about murders? Were kids murdered here?
Several of them. That was weird. The several of them sounded like a country, like Texas woman.
What about kids that were just tortured and assaulted on camera? Did that happen too?
Life. 1,000. What's the demand?
1,000 children were assaulted here? What's your name?
Alice.
That's crazy. Alice? Ownership.
One lost soul.
One lost soul. Alice, who are you? Were you sacrificed here?
We will touch you.
A little one.
Did you have terrible things done to you while you were here, Alice?
They never asked for permission.
If you don't mind me asking, I hate having to ask these questions, but do you remember how you died?
Did you have your throat cut?
Bludgeon?
The fuck? You were bludgeoned.
Destruction.
God dog it.
What were you bludgeoned by?
Wood.
What?
What?
Bludgeoned by wood? Is that a ceremony that they were doing?
I kept to myself.
Was your death a part of like a ceremony or a show, a ritual? Were there other people there? Other than the person who murdered you?
Ritual.
Ritual crossroads.
1980s.
1980s. In the time of Dutroux. So, do you remember Mark Dutroux? Did he bring...
The men could not see.
Did he bring children here? That's crazy.
More than 2.
So he brought more than 2 kids here. I know that he was a part of a much larger thing. How many did he bring here?
51.
51? That's crazy to get a number right away, and that's a really high number.
It is true.
And,
Colin.
that's my name. How do you know my name?
Crossed off.
You're gonna cross off my name? Wait, is this still a child?
Get out.
We heard something speaking to us earlier that sounded...
Victor. Dead human.
Victor, dead human? Alright, who's Victor? Victor, were you a member of this cult that did these rituals? Or still does them? Most likely.
Whistle.
Victor, who are you?
Leader? I don't know. It was a French one. I couldn't. Sounded like leader. A man.
Was there ever any worship of the sun gods, the deities of light, like Lucifer?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And were children brought here to be as a part of these rituals?
I share them.
What injustice. What about the Mothers of Darkness, the Witches' Coven? Are they real? Scaling. Are the Mothers of Darkness, the witches, are they real?
Very young. They like them. Oh yeah. Are you ready?
That could be taken a number of different ways. The Mothers of Darkness themselves are said to be started at a young age with the to condition them. They're also said to have young children. So is that you saying that
the motif?
What's the motif?
The motif.
My name is Welcher.
They take videos, and then they will come.
Walter, are you someone who suffered at the hands of these freaks as well? These terrible people?
Yes.
This is so
Corn?
Are you saying they were producing child porn here?
Did I ask you? In your interest.
I asked you. More. M-O-O-R-E.
Profitable.
Sadly, it is a very profitable business to do stuff like that. A group of us.
In the booty.
Is this stuff still going on at this
Concentrate.
castle? Are these sorts of things still going on here at this castle?
Chewing them. A bit.
Are there still rituals and murders and trafficking and magic going on at this castle?
Magic.
They liked it.
None of the victims liked it.
They ring the bell.
And Amber's strip.
Many horrors.
But are the horrors still happening? Is that why this place is so heavily guarded?
It's stained.
That's true, yes it is.
In the home. Find something.
Well, we can't get into the home, sadly. December.
The invitation.
Oh. Is that when their next big ritual is? In December?
It's a rush.
Oliver.
Pulling her hair.
Is this the spirit of someone darker?
Cult leader.
That's very creepy. So, a lot of the rumors about this place are true, is what you're telling me.
For the devil.
Mine.
Agatha.
It said that earlier too. Agatha, mine for the devil.
He's our god.
Is there anyone else?
Who heard them?
Is there anyone else that's been to these parties or rituals that you can tell us about or name?
That'd be eventful.
Yes, it would. We'd love to know who was here.
The Russian.
There was a Russian person here?
I was treated well.
There's a Russian person here?
Reason 1.
Is there anything else you can tell us about the secrets of this castle and how they relate to Mark Dutroux?
Henry.
Jail again. It said that earlier too. And Henry? Did Mark Dutroux use this place as a jail to hold some victims? I don't know what you're trying to say with that. Why do you say that?
We.
What did he do? Did he bring the kids here? Well done.
Of course you can.
Did he bring the kids here? I'm not asking if I can bring some.
He kept costumes.
What kind of costumes? Were they like creepy old masks and stuff?
Rip into you.
Recognize.
You better recognize.
So they wore masks so the children wouldn't recognize them? Just
Kissed my lips.
Is that what you're saying? They wore the masks so that no one would recognize them? Describe the masks, please. What kind of masks were they? Animal masks?
The Phantom Man.
So there was a phantom ghost mask. What else was there?
The ghost.
Were there animal masks?
Incinerate.
What?
Doctor.
The doctor was wearing a mask to hide his identity? I think that's spelled wrong, but identity? Yo, what are the fucking odds? I literally said, I think that's meant to say identity. And I literally said, was he here to hide his identity? You saw that, and it went off. That's crazy. So, what do these masks look like? Are they old style, like carnival masks, fair masks?
Take pictures of the orphan.
That's disturbing. So you confirm that they're trying to hide their identity. Can you just tell me about the masks? What were the masks like?
The baby.
What did they do to the baby?
Threat.
Did they take the life of a baby here during a ritual?
The fat. 0.
They removed the fat from a baby.
And Agatha.
Agatha.
Consume.
Most likely.
My body is close by.
What the Agatha too? Is Agatha?
The monster did.
My body is close by.
Presumable.
And this sounds far-fetched and disturbing, but Agatha cuts the fat off of babies and consumes it.
Illuminate them.
Illuminate 1,000 points of light. That's what we're trying to do. If your body's close by and it's on the it's in the Chateau area. If your body's close by and it's in the Chateau area, I'm sorry, but we can't search for it.
It is possible.
Why would people be consuming the body parts?
They're here in the town.
Saying that there's some prominent local people that come to these parties in addition to big time famous people.
Took the mask off.
I want to know.
Open the office.
All right, well, we're going to be done here. Thank you so much for speaking with us this afternoon. And hopefully by releasing this movie,
Stay in school.
we'll be able to,
Anomaly.
hopefully by releasing this documentary, we'll be able to figure out what happened to you and what happened here. Is there anything else you want to say about the Chateau d'Amerois or
Come on.
Marc Dutroux? Anything else? Any other information you can give us to look for?
Don't be complicit.
We're not complicit. We're trying to expose them. Give me a place that we should look in.
Have I not
research.
told you? Don't just sit there.
Anything else you can tell us?
I'm the one.
Mutate. Is that what they try to do? They try to mutate? Wait and see.
Hear me talk.
You know, I really don't want to see these people try to mutate. So we're gonna get going now. Thank you though for talking to us.
Bonjour.
Power.
That's why they do this shit. It's for fucking power. You guys just saw that. That was incredibly loaded.
Dead mutate?
Oh. I literally said, you were talking about masks.
Uh-huh.
And I said, do you... And I said, doctor. And I was like,
So loud.
does a doctor that comes to these parties use a mask to hide his identity? And the second that I said identity, it popped up identity on that one. So it says indentity. I think it's misspelled. But what are the fucking odds of that? There's so much stuff that lined up too. Uncle again.
There's, I guess out here there's not really many stations, but
We got a lot. And nobody's driven by this whole time.
are you serious?
Nope, not one car.
Damn. Did it rain a lot?
Yeah. Well, I say we gotta fly the drone.
I think so.
Yeah.
Right when we stopped, pagan. The exact type of rituals that they think are going on here. Not to give, I want to say, also, we're not generalizing that all pagans are bad. I don't believe that in my heart. I know some people that are pagans that are amazing. But just same with Christianity, Judaism,
Satanism.
every single branch of any religion, there's going to be the chunk of people that are good, then there's going to be that small portion that are really, really bad. And if they're doing these pagan rituals, human sacrifices to these old gods, many attacks, John,
Blanche.
then yeah, that's what we're trying to expose. But yeah, that's crazy. So,
Alrighty.
weirdly, all of our batteries were charged last night. Everything else is fine. Every single one of the drone batteries is dead. I don't know if they weren't hooked up properly. I might have plugged it in wrong. But it said John again. This is the second time it said John. But I'm gonna see if I have enough battery to literally just launch it up in the air and see if we can see the Chateau. This is the part where if we were gonna really piss them off, Piss him off.
No.
The SD card's full.
What?
Alright, so we cleared out the camera card and we still only have 1% battery. So I'm really hoping we can just push up and get a shot of the chateau. Let's see.
Maximum flight altitude reached.
What the f?
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Is that it? I think so. It's definitely over there.
Damn, that's a lot of trees. Is that it? Or that's the other house. Battery gone. Dang.
I got like half a second of a shot of it. So right here is one of the entrances to the castle. Don't know what that says. What the f***? What the hell is this?
Should they take it with them? That's a lot of reading.
Man, I don't know what the f this shit is. It's just sitting right next to the entrance.
I'll put it in the car. Look, it's
like
a picture.
Wax or paint?
It's a female picture.
Dude,
a little
what
girl
is
picture
this?
right there.
You see this shit? That was just sitting here. And as you can see, this is the official entryway. I only have one contact in, so I can't see very well. Definitely got a weird vibe around here though. A little hole. And yeah, I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know if I liked that I touched that, but I had to see what it was. Anyway.
Since you touched it, you pick it up, put it in the car so you can examine it and read it later.
Do an infrared check, see if there's any security.
Dude, that's a creepy forest.
Look how dark it is in there. Dude, it's f***ing pitch black in there. Holy shit, that's crazy, man. This is that shit you see on Instagram where it's like...
Would you go in this forest alone at night?
Look at that, dude. That is a great shot right there.
This one's new.
Now, remember, in the historical portion of this video, we discussed allegations that human hunting parties occur outside of the chateau in these very woods. So, it was a bit eerie to see these structures that are most likely used for hunting, literally on the chateau's property. What do you think these things are used for? Is it the hunting of animals? Or is it something darker that's put right out in the open so you'd never question a thing? I don't know, but it was a haunting visual. And before we left, we tried to drive right into the front gate of the chateau.
Hold it on your lap. I'd pull up. Is it still rolling?
What's this part? Oh, you can't go there.
Can I show it? All right, here's the main entrance to the chateau. Obviously, we can't get in here. I would love to. The fucking castle is right down that road right there.
I saw a cargo
Look at how well
pass.
manicured it is.
Very well manicured.
You see any security cameras or tripwires?
Look at that deer head up there. That's sick. Interesting.
I was really hoping that we'd be able to get up there and see it. But yeah, I guess it's time to head to our final stop.
Alright.
So at the end of the day, what do you believe? Do you think that the Chateau d'Amerois is just your average private residence tucked in the woods of Belgium? Or is it really the most evil place on earth? I can't force you to think a certain way, but I can present you with the facts. And until next time, stay spooky.
Stay spooky. Next time. I don't know, man. I'm still trying to get a clear understanding of the little machines that they using and trying to figure out is it real or not? You know, does it work? You know, you can put an app together and make it say random words geared toward one topic. Talking to the dead. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not saying that it's not real. I do believe that it's some type of spirit out here. I mean, we pray to a God, and everybody say they believe in God. So when I believe in this stuff, you know, if you believe in God, why you believe in God? Because everybody tell you to believe in God. If you believe in God, then you believe in the devil. Then transition happens, and all that. That's where all the spooky stuff sit at, right in the gray area. Hey, y'all let me know what y'all think below. Y'all take a like, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.